welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Hope all of you are doing well. So today I have got with me some kairis or raw mangoes, and these are the really baby ones, which hardly have any seed in them also. So I'm going to make chepnim, which is basically mangoes in brine, and it is really delicious. It does take a little longer time than the regular mango recipe, but mango pickle recipe, but this is really nice, and it doesn't have any masalas in it, it doesn't have any oil in it, and it is super delicious. This goes best with some sorak, rice, some fried fish, some dried fish, masala coated like dry bombil, fried with some recheado and this at the side. Oh, it's sure bliss. And all these pickle recipes that I'm showing you, we generally make it in the summer and then use it all the way, in the monsoons also, when fish is not that easily available, and or you're really bored to go to the fish market and buy the fish. So this is like a substitute. These pickles like prawn bal chow that I've uploaded recently, and all these mango pickles. So today also is one of those lovely pickle recipes with no oil and really delicious. So let's just jump straight ahead into today's recipe. The mangoes, the red chilies, and the asafoetida or hing all done up together and nicely mixed up together, and put this heavy weight, so the small lid will press down on the mangoes, and I've covered it with a muslin cloth, and we're going to keep it in a nice dark place, not in a cool place, in a dark place in the anywhere in your house where it is going to be nice and cozy and dark. Keep it over there. And now we're going to keep this for 3 days, but every day after 24 hours we're going to open it up, we're going to sprinkle some more salt, toss the mangoes a little bit, and again cover it and keep it the same way. So this is day 1. I'll see you on day 2. So guys, today is day 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix up the salt and the mangoes, the chilies, just with my hand once, and then add a little salt if I feel that I need to add a little bit more of salt. And then again we're going to put the plate down on the mangoes, put the heavy weight, cover it with the cloth, and again keep it for another 24 hours. Here. So today is day 3, and I'll show you that when I open up the mangoes, you will find that the salt has become really thick. Like when you go to the beach and the sand which is much nearer to the water, it's thick. So when you pick it up, you can make a real, hold it in your hands. That's what the sand consistency. So we are nearing to that particular stage where we want, the pickle to be. And you will see that the mangoes also have really softened up. Some of them have even changed to a little bit of an olive green color. That's what we're looking for. We want it to go from the dark green to an olive green color, and the mangoes have to be really soft, Like you will see, that will happen mostly on day 4 or day 5, and the salt will completely change into brine or water, and we are going to use that brine too. So I'll just show you what I do on day 3. Day 4 of our lovely mango pickle in brine, and today when you see that most of the mangoes have become an olive green color, and the salt has completely changed its consistency. If you hold it in your hand and press it, you actually get water coming out of the salt. So I'll show you that process, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix everything again really well, again press it down with the plate and the heavy weights, cover it a cloth, and keep it aside in that place in my kitchen. And I guess by tomorrow we'll see that all the salt has changed into water, and then we'll continue with the process. So let me show you what happens on day 4. Now, one thing I forgot to mention it to you all is that this pickle needs to be made in the summer. Of course, raw mangoes are now available most of the time, but from the month of March onwards, this is when the heat really is at its peak. Till May, you can make all these pickles and preserve them for the monsoons. What you require is a lot of heat. So keep that in mind, that if it's in rainy weather, you won't get that consistency. So it has to be really hot, and you have to follow the process, and maybe it will take 4 days, maybe 5 days, maybe 6 days, depending upon the heat and the humidity, the heat in the area that you stay, and other things like the salt, the mangoes, everything. So that's what I wanted to just share with you. So let's see what happens on day 4. Let's see what's happening with the mangoes. it's time to taste this chutney. Let's see how it looks and how it tastes. So I'm going to take a small bit of the ripened one. It's amazing. It's nice and soft, and it's got all the flavors of that hinga. It's mind blowing. This takes me back to my childhood when my grandmom used to make this. It's just amazing. So have this with some dried fish, some rice, some sorak, and enjoy yourself. So if you like today's recipe, you know what to do. Give this video a big thumbs up by clicking on the thumbs up icon. Give it a big like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go and check out all my other recipes. It's heaven. Anyway, so I put a list of all my other recipes down in the description box below. All the other Goan recipes, pickles in the comments section as well as the description section. Just go and click on them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon in another video. This is Akshata signing off. Bye. So let's start with the ingredients for this lovely curry. Now here I have one small raw mango or kairi which I've just cut up into small pieces, 4 dried red chilies, 1 small onion that I've sliced fine, 2 green chilies that I've cut into halves. This is half a cup of fresh coconut milk, but you can also use freshly grated coconut, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of peppercorns, half a cup of cleaned and deveined prawns, 4 cloves of garlic chopped fine. Now all these ingredients will be in the description box below. Now I'm going to add my dried red chilies, cumin seeds, coriander seeds, peppercorns, and a little bit of the coconut milk. Now if you're using freshly grated coconut, then you can add the entire half cup of freshly grated coconut. I like the flavor of coconut milk in my prawn curry rather than using fresh coconut. Sometimes I do use fresh coconut also. Now we're just going to grind this to a nice smooth paste. We're going to add our garlic cloves and a little more of the coconut milk. Now if you have added fresh coconut, that's, you just add it once, the entire thing, and you get a paste like this. So this is the masala water which we wash the mixer with, and a little bit of the coconut milk that is there. Now I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of haldi powder, turmeric powder. I don't like adding my turmeric powder to my mixer because it discolors the mixer pot, the cover of the mixer pot. So I always add my haldi powder later on and mix it well with the masala. So now I'm going to heat my pot. Now this is my traditional Goan mud pot which I love to make my fish curries in or my sorak in. I'll leave a link to all my Goan recipes down in the description box below. There are many of them, so you can go and check it out. Now once the pot is nice and heated up, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of oil. Once the oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add my green chilies which I've cut into halves and my onion. Now I like to work with light green chilies because they're not very spicy. Now just bagar this nicely till the onions and the chilies get nicely fried. Now we're going to add our masala paste that we ground. Now you can also, instead of the dried red chilies, you can also use the Goa red chilies that you get, which is very difficult to get here in Bombay or Mumbai. So I'm substituting it with, Kashmiri red chilies. Now fry the paste well. When I go to Goa, I try to stock up on all the lovely Goan ingredients that you get only, especially in Goa, like the Goa jaggery. I mean, you do get it in Bombay too, but I like, when I go to Goa, I like to stock up on all of the stuff that you
the authentic stuff that you get in Goa. So now I'm going to fry this masala paste, and I'm going to add the masala water and just stir everything nicely. So you can add how much ever water you want depending on how thick you want this curry. Now I have a little bit of the coconut milk left, so I'm just going to add that too. I like the lightness of the coconut milk over fresh coconut for some reason, and then some water because I wanted a little more water required, but you can adjust it as per your liking. And now we're going to add the kairi or the raw mango. Now, generally, if you don't have, generally we add tamarind, like in Sorak, we add the tamarind pulp or the tamarind water. But now, since I'm adding, the raw mango, if I add tamarind, then it will become extremely sour. But of course, if you like the taste of tamarind, you can go ahead and add a little more tamarind water. But I guess this kairi really, sours up the curry so well that you don't need to add tamarind. Now I'm just going to flavor it with some salt to taste. Stir in the salt well. And like I was saying, down in the description box below, which is just below this video, I'm going to list down all my Goan recipes. Now I'm going to add the prawns, mix it in well, and now we're going to stir everything and just let it simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes on a low flame till everything cooks really, really well. Like I remember my grandmother, we used to have this fire, cook on the fire, and she used to simmer the curries on a very low fire for a long time, and it used to really make the curries beautiful. And now you have the beautiful taste of the prawns and the raw mango, which is just divine. And the longer you keep this curry for in the refrigerator and make a little bit hot every day, it tastes amazing. I recently uploaded my prawn and bhendi caldeen recipe. You can go and check that out. I also put my Goan prawn chili fry recipe. You can go and check that out. So go in the description box and just click on whatever recipe you want to see, and you can check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in my next video soon. Bye. Take
everyone, and welcome back to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for being here today. So today I'm going to be showing you this lovely mango jam, which is Alfonso mangoes jam, which is called Mangada or also Moramba in Marathi and Mangada in Konkani. So it's the same process and it has only 2 ingredients. So let's make this lovely jam. I've also applied some to my bread and I'm going to enjoy it while you watch the recipe. But meet me at the end of the video because I have very important tips if you want to get the perfect Alfonso mango jam. So watch the video till the end and now watch the recipe. that really easy? Just 2 ingredients. Now, certain points that you need to keep in mind for this recipe. First is that use mangoes which have just ripened and which are really sweet. Don't use very overripe mangoes, or sometimes when a mango turns a little black on the top, don't use those mangoes. Use firm, fresh mangoes. I'll just show you. So don't use mangoes like this. Sometimes you might feel like, okay, I want to use this. The best way to use this is to make some amras out of this mango, but don't use mangoes like this. Goes like this. A proper Alfonso mango without any spots, clear, no green, just light orange and nice and firm to the touch. And you've seen when I cut the mango also you saw how nice and clear it was. There were no white spots. So be very careful about these small little points. Also ensure that there's not a drop of water in this recipe. So even your pot which you're going to make it in, try to use a non-stick pot because it makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, it gets stuck to the bottom and it's very difficult to scrape. Here you can see everything came out of the pot. So ensure that your pot is completely dry, that no water goes into the mixture when you're making it. Keep your hands dry, and most importantly, the container in which you're going to keep it. Try to use glass or steel. Don't use plastic as far as possible. You can use a steel container, you can use a ceramic container, you can use a glass container, but ensure that your container is clean and dry. Try to sun dry it for 2-3 days also, especially for pickles, jams. That way you have a longer shelf life. Now this mango jam which I've made, or this mangada or moramba, can last for up to 1.5 years in the refrigerator. Ensure that you use a nice clean dry spoon and follow the procedure like I showed you. It takes 25 minutes, 2 ingredients, and you're all set. So if you like today's video, you know what you have to do. Give this video a big thumbs up. I need those thumbs ups for me to keep going on YouTube. Also subscribe to my channel. I do need my subscriber count to go up too. And once you have subscribed, click the notification bell, click on all. That way whenever I put up a new recipe, you get a message for the same. So thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting Akshata's recipes with an apostrophe S. Go and check out all my other recipes. You can go to my home page and there you will find a playlist. Click on that, you'll have all different categories and you can go and click the category of your choice. Also, if you're looking for a particular recipe, type the recipe and type Akshata's recipes with an apostrophe S and my recipe will come. So guys, thank you again and take care of yourselves. Stay healthy, stay fit, be loving and kind to one another, and I'll catch you soon with my next recipe, sooner than you think. Take care guys. Bye.
So friends, let's see today's delicious coconut mango chutney. So these are the ingredients. Let's go through the ingredients. So here I have a cup of freshly grated coconut, 1 cup of coriander leaves washed well, half a cup of grated raw mango or kairi, 5 green chilies, half an inch of ginger and about 5 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now this is the coconut water because I just used fresh coconut, but that's optional. If you have that coconut water, you can use it, and some salt to taste. And these are my lovely flowers. I just wanted to share them with you. I love flowers in my kitchen, and I just got this and it was so beautiful. So just a small little diversion. Anyway, so now I'm just going to add the coconut to my mixer jar, the freshly grated raw mango, the chilies, ginger, garlic, the fresh coriander, some sugar, this is the coconut water, and some salt to taste. And we're going to add about a quarter cup of water and just grind all of this to a paste. Now you can add more water or less water depending on how you like your chutney, and your lovely coconut and raw mango chutney is all ready. So I had made these lovely oats idlis. I'll leave a link to the recipe. They taste really delicious, and I serve them with this chutney. So I hope you like today's recipe, and I hope you give it a try. This goes well with anything, like even so let's get started with today's takku recipe. Now here I have two medium-sized kairis or raw mangoes which I've peeled and I've grated. This is about 5 tablespoons of grated gur, some Kashmiri red chili powder, some ready-made mango pickle powder, and some salt to taste. Now I'm going to add this ready-made mango pickle powder, which is easily available. You can buy any brand. And then I'm going to add the Kashmiri chili powder. Now all of the measurements are going to be there in the description box below of all the ingredients, so be sure to check it out. Then I'm adding some salt to taste. And I'm going to add this jaggery or grated gur. Now you can use a knife and just cut up the gur into very small pieces. Now we're going to give everything a very good mix. And then we're just going to cover this entire mixture and leave it at room temperature for at least 2 to 2.5 hours. So give everything a very good mix. So this pickle, for those of you who don't know what takku is, it's a kind of a sweet and a little spicy pickle. And it goes extremely well with, amti bhat or just plain pori or even with varan bhat. It's just it's just an amazing pickle. So now this is what your mixture will look like before you keep it for 2.5 hours. Then we're just going to give it a fodni or a tadka with our regular fodni ingredients, that is methi seeds, then some mustard seeds and some hinga, and just very little oil. I've used just about 1 to 1.5 tablespoon of oil. Now after the mixture has sat for 2 to 3 hours, you will see that all of the jaggery or the gur has just melted away, and you will get this kind of a mixture. So even if you mix the mixture together, you will not find any particles of the gur. It just totally dissolves. So now I'm going to heat my 1.5 tablespoons of oil in this cuddler or this small tadka pan. And when our oil is nice and smoking hot on a low to medium flame, we're just going to add these few methi seeds. Then we're going to add some asafoetida or hinga. And then we're going to add mustard seeds, mori or rye. So keep your mixture ready. It's such a super simple recipe, and the end result is delicious. And this pickle has a long shelf life also. So you can keep it at room temperature for, better to keep it in a dark, cool place for about 3 to 4 days, and then you can refrigerate it. But it lasts for a long time, and it's really, really amazing. And there's very little oil also used in this pickle. Now you can see that my oil has actually started, to smoke. So I'm just going to add my mustard seeds. Then I'm going to add my methi seeds. And last but not the least, my hing powder or my asafoetida. Just going to mix everything nicely. Turn off my flame. And then I'm going to let the oil come to room temperature. So now with so many of the raw mangoes or kairis available, you can make all these lovely pickles. And I'm also going to come up with another recipe which is a raw mango drink, which is called panha. So look out for that recipe. It's coming out soon. And then once the tadka or the fortnis come to room temperature, I'm just going to add it to my mango mixture. See that you get all of that lovely fortni into the mixture, and then mix it very, very well so the entire mixture is coated with this tadka or this fortni. The aroma of this takku is also mind-blowing. It's just amazing. And you don't even have to keep this for a very long time before you can actually start having it. It's just an instant pickle. You can have it right away. And then just take a nice clean dry bottle. If you're able to sun dry your bottles, that is also great. And then fill this pickle up. That's a good tip I'd like to give you here, that if you're able to keep your bottles either on your terrace top or on your balconies or your window shelves where you get a lot of sunlight, it's before you put your pickle in the bottles, it has a longer shelf life. So try to get your bottles very, very clean, very dry, and that will increase the shelf life of your pickles too. So friends, here it is, this lovely sweet mango pickle with a little bit of spice to it.